Hello everyone, today we're taking a look at some more extreme entitlement in Dead by Daylight, and while a streamer is involved, they are not the aggressor in this situation. It is the survivors they played against who were absolutely awful after the match. Entitled survivors being complete scumbags because they can't handle losing? I know, big shocker. These survivors claim to be upset because of hardcore tunneling, when in reality they just can't cope with their own and their teammates' terrible plays. Let's go ahead and take a look at what happened, and for the record, if you consider this toxic or tunneling, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and stand up, shake the Cheeto dust off your fingers, and go crawl back into whatever goblin cave you came from. It all started here when the streamer hooked this Jane. After hooking her, he walks about halfway across the map before seeing scratch marks of another survivor. He then discovers a Jake. And what does the Jake do? He runs directly to the hook instead of away from it. Even still, the streamer doesn't tunnel. He chases Jake, and even chases Fang. But then he hears someone jump in a locker, and who was it? You guessed it. It was the Jane. All that just for a head-on stun, followed by jumping back in and out of the locker just to get downed again instantly. Very impressive.
The fuck was the plan there, girl? I wasn't even gonna hook you. You got DS? I'll eat it. Bro, you don't have DS. And you did that shit?
I'm with the streamer on this one. Why would you make a play this terrible if you didn't have DS to save you? So he hooks Jane again, and immediately, without skipping a beat, Jill unhooks her right in front of his face. How on earth can you be upset at the killer in this situation and not your doo-doo ass teammates? After she unhooks, Jill at least body blocks, and he does hit her with a couple tentacle attacks, and then when he enters the school and follows the scratch marks, who do you think he finds? Yep, it's the Jane again. Then Jane dies, and it's a 1v3 at 4 gens, so he demolishes them. But not because he played toxic, it was because these survivors were playing like it was fucking DVD mobile or some shit. He got some salt because of the tunneling, and so he calmly explained himself.
No tunneling happened until the unhooks came, before I'd even left the hook. But yeah, you can blame it on me, dude. Tunnel, toxic, whatever word you want to use, dude. It couldn't be that you had a teammate that was literally hugging hooks as I hooked.
He's so chill about it too. He's like, you can blame it on me tunneling, you can call me toxic, whatever. He's just so chill about the whole thing. This is where two of the survivors come into chat to say you're terrible and rest in peace, Mama Bear. I'm not sure if you noticed in the previous clips, but the streamer does have a bit of text on screen to honor his mother who passed away less than 2 months ago. So one survivor starts to mock the passing of his mother, and the other survivor continues sending him paragraphs about the match because doing so on PlayStation just wasn't enough.
Let's see, your stream says raw. You tunnel in camp for re-rank. The Jill could easily be down, yet you decide to go for someone over and over again. No. You could watch, I don't know, the last 7 days of my stream. I never, and I mean never, tunnel unless there's one condition. If I hook somebody, and before I can make 3 steps away, they get unhooked, yeah, I usually punish that.
They jump straight to petty insults while he calmly explains that he doesn't like to tunnel. Even if he did hard tunnel, intentionally, who the fuck cares? It doesn't warrant any of this bullshit.
That's some toxicity on my end, I guess. I guess I need to go into y'all's messages and say mean things. I don't know, dude. I thought the game was going fine.
Listen to how nice he is. With how rude and awful they've been, like he's still a class act. Trying to convey to them how silly it is to be up in somebody's messages over something so ridiculous. Now this is where it gets really fucked up. The other survivor says maybe Mama Bear would still be alive if you didn't tunnel so hard. You lost in a video game. So you mock the passing of this guy's mother, which again was less than 2 months ago? And I also found out that the passing was sudden, like they didn't expect it, which obviously that makes the grieving process like that much harder to deal with. People like this are actual scum of the earth. After he sees that message, there's an immediate shift in the tone. You can tell how hurt he is by reading it.
I know you didn't just... How shitty of a person You have to be.
Then the survivor continues to mock his mother while the other says it's what he deserves. Seconds later, he just ended stream. This legitimately broke my heart to watch. I can't believe that people treat each other this way, especially over Dead by Daylight. Now this is where I need all of you guys, okay? Anybody who's watching this. The name of this streamer is Spanky Jinko, and it would mean so much to me if you all went over to his Twitch channel and showed him all of the love in the world. Grieving the loss of a loved one is one of the hardest things to have to go through, especially when it's sudden, and especially when you have people like this who are making it so much harder. Even with this situation aside, he just seems like such a kind and wholesome individual, and I know that he would love to have any of you as part of his community, or just to drop by and say hello. So please, again, if you would just go over there and try to brighten his day, and try to make this very difficult time even the slightest bit less difficult. I say it in all these videos, but I really want to stress it again. Please be kind to your fellow gamers, lift each other up, don't tear each other down. It's just a silly video game. There's no need to be so hateful and so awful to somebody that you've never even met. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.